And I just need to give you an update on GeoGebra before you look at the tutorial. They changed things around so that their apps can be used during exams, which means some of the features are not available when you click on the Start Graphing button, which is what I've been telling you to use to start your projects. So instead of the Start Graphing button, what I want you to do is go to More Apps and click on Geometry. Not GeoGebra Classic, because that will be a different interface, but click on Geometry, and that will bring up the GeoGebra geometry tools. And you can see here that we only have some basic tools showing. So if you click More, you will get more tools, and there's even more tools down here. So if you click on here, it will bring up even more options for you. So if you cannot find a tool that I am using during a tutorial, just keep clicking on that More button until you can find it. All right, now it's time for that tutorial. Bye. Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to be duplicating an angle using GeoGebra. This one's a little complicated. I've already recorded this twice, so hopefully third time's a charm. So since we're going to be duplicating an angle, we're going to start off with an angle. And to do that, we're going to use the vector, already messing up, we're going to use the ray tool. And if you notice, my screen is already set up. I have a white screen. You can figure out how to do that. We've got help for you on the GeoGebra help page. So you can see I started off by putting one ray, and now I'm going to start at point A and put another ray. And since I'm not a big fan of having clutter on my screen, I'm going to show, hide, point C and B, and then click on the arrow so I don't see those anymore. Okay, so now I need a reference line to make my congruent or duplicated angle. So I'm going to go back to the ray tool and start a new ray. Now I only need point D for this. I really don't need point E, so I'm going to actually hide that as well. Notice when I click Show Hide Object, it shows all the points I've hidden, but once I click this arrow here over again, it hides everything. Okay, so scroll back down and go to Circle with a Center, and we're going to start on point A and just open up a circle. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. Give yourself some room, though. You want to make sure you've got it big enough that you have something to work with. I'm just going to bring that up to the middle and make it small enough so we can see everything going on. And then we're going to find the intersection of this circle with the two rays of my angle. So we're going to scroll back up to the intersect tool, and I'm going to click the circle and the first ray, and then I'm going to click the circle and the second ray again. So I have points G and H. Sound good? All right. So we're going to scroll back down, and now this time I'm going to use my compass tool. I'm going to click my compass tool. I'm going to click point A and then point H, which gives me a circle with the radius AH, and then I'm going to anchor that down with the center of point D. So just like we have that circle on point A, we have that same exact circle on point D. And I need to find the intersection of that circle with this ray here that we have. So we go to the intersect tool, click the circle, and click the line, and I have that intersection point. And I scroll back down and choose our compass tool one more time. And I'm going to click H and G, which is going to give me a smaller circle. And I'm going to move that and anchor its center at point I. And now I want to find the intersection between this big circle and that small circle we just anchored down with the center of I. So we go to the intersect tool, click the big circle and the small circle, and it gives me two intersect points, but I'm really only interested in J. And if I draw a line between DJ, that will give me an angle that is congruent to the original angle we started with. So I'm going to use my ray tool, start at D, and go through J. So let's kind of clean things up here. I want to make sure the only thing that's really noticeable is the lines that make up the two angles. So I'm just going to make these a little bit different. You know how I am about this. You don't have to do this part. I like doing this part though. I like everything to look kind of cool. This is what I think is cool. So, you know, whether you think it's cool or not is actually a whole different story. Okay. So now let's measure the two angles and make sure they are exactly the same so that they're congruent. I'm going to go to the measure angle, and I just need to click the two sides of the angle. 1, 2. Oh, that didn't work out. Let's try it again. Angle. I'm going to click here and here. And again, it does that weird thing where it went outside the angle. So I'm going to go to my angle settings and choose angle between 0 and 80. And so angle is 17.25. And now let's go measure the other angle. Hopefully it's 17.25. 1. It's really weird that that's happening. And let's move it. Moment of truth. Ready? Yes, it's 17.25. So perfect. So this is how you duplicate an angle so you can have congruent angles if you don't have the tools to do them by hand at home. I honestly think this construction is a bit easier to do by hand, but if you don't have the tools, this is how you do it using GeoGebra. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed this one. We look forward to your submissions, and you have a nice day. Bye.